Hello, and welcome back to Miss Henderson's Life Skills class. I am Miss Henderson, and today I would like to share. I got a new book in the mail, and I've been talking about this book for a few days now, and it finally arrived, and so I want to share that with you. And I also have a couple of things I want to share with you. I want to do a Black History Month spotlight, and I want to talk about good customer service. So that's what we're doing here today, and I hope you will stay with me. If you like the content, please press the like button, and if you have not already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and then give me some response or something in the comment section. Let's talk. I like a little feedback. I appreciate it very much. So thank you so much for being here and sharing your time with me. Let's see. For our Black History Month spotlight, um, there was a new business owner in the area. She joined us about a year and a half ago, and I was excited to see this particular business in the area because there's one not far away, but this one is so much closer. And then when I walked in, when the grand opening, I was so happy to see that it's a black woman, African American woman, and her name is B, and she's located on Beach Daily near Goddard in the city of Taylor, Michigan. So she's that's kind of like downriver area, but even if you have to take an extra trip, she's worth the drive. Her shop is absolutely immaculate. It's very clean, um, and she's a very, very good salesperson. B owns B's Beauty Supply. So she is making history because that's not a business that many African Americans or anybody owns. That's a tight knit game right there, and the fact that she's broken into that and she's survived for nearly 2 years as a new business in this community. I'm very, very proud of her. I've been praying for her. I prayed for her when she first opened, and pretty much every time I drive past, I just say a prayer for her. And I stop in regularly to chat with her and to make a purchase um, because she'll have something that I need. I buy something to support her, and I encourage others to do the same. So, my Black History Month spotlight, History in the Making, is B from B's Beauty Supply at 10878 Beach Daily Road, Taylor, Michigan. And the phone number there is 313 429 3462. And she's open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. And on Sundays, she's open from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. And this is her business card. Don't think you can see it on the camera, but her business card and all the information is here. We are not affiliates and financially or anything like that, but we have to think outside the box when we're talking about different things. And this is history in the making. An African American woman owning a beauty supply shop, because that's almost unheard of. And I'm very proud of her for having the courage to even step out and do something like that. And my prayers are with her that she continues to not just survive, but to thrive in her business. And she's just a lovely, lovely lady. So it's a shout out to B. Okay? So, moving right along, my new book. My new book. And yes, my backdrop, I did go see The Lion King with my daughter and my granddaughter, and it felt really good for the three generations to be doing something like that together. It was just an honor to be with my daughter and her two daughters to see The Lion King. So I praise God for that opportunity, because um, that is a whole story of how I ended up being able to see The Lion King. And if you are interested in that particular story, check out my other channel, Nothing Wasted, Faith with Works Alive. Check that out, the post for today, the devotional for today, and I tell you the story about how I was able to attend that performance of The Lion King last evening. So thank God for that. But my book, my Black History book, it just came in the mail yesterday. And there is a lot in here. Let's see. The book, it has an index, of course, and a dictionary. Wow, it has a directory, and it's over 300 pages. Let's go to the table of contents. It's called The Black History Book, and it was a collaborative work of many people, the contributors. There's a whole page of contributors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 contributors. It's published by Penguin Random House. I ordered it on Amazon. And the contents: introduction. Let's see, who's the intro? The foreword, David Atusogo. And then we have an introduction, which includes diverse peoples, centuries of oppression, civil rights, and beyond. It's just kind of like an overview. Then after the introduction, we have prehistoric and ancient history before 1 CE, empire and expansion, faith and trade, enslavement and rebellion, revolution and resistance, decolonization and diasporas. And it brings us all the way up through Black Lives Matters, which is described here as a global anti-racism campaign. So it goes through the gamut here, and touches on a lot of different things, because as I mentioned to you before, Black history didn't start with slavery. And so this kind of helps with that. But I want to show you here, I'm not sure if the pages are showing up, but it has timelines. And so the pages are really not, they're good, a good, easy read. Good, easy read. Photographs, color photographs, drawings. Really nice work. I think it's well put together for anyone to read. But I think youngsters will find it easy on the eyes. It's attractive to read. And I will be using this and learning more from this. And as I come across interesting, well, all of us should be interesting, but as I come across topics, I will present them to you as well. But pick up your copy of the book, okay? And even on the back, Yes. So I think it's really a good book to have in the home. And for some reason, I think that young men, African American men, should read this book. And I'm pretty sure it's available at your local library. And if it's not, they might be willing to purchase a copy for the library for you to borrow. But books like this, we should have reference books like this in our homes, so that you can pick it up and just take a look at it at any given moment. And we can learn that there are more than 3 people involved in Black history. Okay? So that is there. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, and I will try not to go extensive, but it's customer service. Now, I know a lot of you, because I'm assuming that there are a lot of young people, students on this channel. I asked my students to come here so that we could talk. And I encourage you to talk to me in the comments section of this video. Like and subscribe and share. Okay? And when you subscribe, be sure to hit the notification bell so that you'll know when Miss Henderson uploads a new video. Okay? So customer service. I know a lot of you work in the service industry, be it in retail or be it in hospitality or really in fast food. That is, but customer service is customer service. Now, I've had great customer service and I've had poor customer service, and I feel that it's something that needs to be addressed. Okay, so I pull up to the drive-through, up to the speaker to place my order, and on the speaker, someone comes to, "What can I get you?" That's kind of a put off because I'm expecting courtesy, professionalism, kindness. "What can I get you?" As if I'm disturbing you. "What can I do for you?" "Go ahead, place your order." What? That's not nice. That's not how that should be done. And if you're doing that, stop it. And I'm pretty sure that they're not training you to talk like that to your customers. So I would think is, "Thank you for stopping. How can I help you?" Or "Good morning," or "Good afternoon. How can I help you?" Something like that. And when I pre-order, I have on my apps to certain restaurants or fast food places. Really, it's only coffee. I don't frequent McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, and all that. If I'm going someplace, it's either Tim Hortons or Starbucks for coffee. Mostly Tim Hortons. At any rate, and I can do a mobile app. So when I pull up to the drive-through window, um, they go, "What can I get for you?" I say, "Good morning. I have a mobile order for Miss Henderson." "Who?" "Miss Henderson." Miss Henderson. They are taken aback that someone had the nerve to call themselves Miss or Mr. something. That's the first, when they first encounter me, different places. Now, I do have another Tim Hortons that I frequented. I go past this one to get to that one because of the customer service. And as a matter of fact, I made everybody at that other Tim Horton, I made each one of them a Christmas gift because they're just so kind. They never questioned the Miss Henderson. They flowed right with it when my first visit there. They would always say, "Good morning, may I help you?" That's the best Tim Hortons team. "Good morning, may I help?" "Good afternoon, hello, may I help?" They greet you. They are happy that you came there. And when I don't order on the app, the app's not available. They can't do it for some, it's locked down or whatever. And I have to place the order. And they'll say, "Good morning, how can I help you?" And I say, "Good morning. I like a medium dark roast, double. And on the other end, "Okay, Miss Henderson, pull on up." They know my voice. They know my order. You know, that's good customer service. The other evening, I was at a department store and I was making some purchases, and I was in the shoe department making a purchase because they had a sale. And so the young lady there, she was the only one there for a little bit of time, and I had several pairs of shoes that I wanted to try on, and she didn't huff and puff. She wasn't upset that I had, wanted all these shoes and this, that, and the other, and she didn't have a bad attitude about me wanting to try on all these shoes and the ones that I didn't like and this, that, and the other. And I ended up buying 2 pair of shoes from her when it was my intention to purchase one, but I saw this really, really nice pair, and I said, oh, these are nice and everything, and really good price, but, I don't know what to wear with them. And, she worked with me a little bit, and I know ultimately she's making a sale. I don't know if they do commission or anything, but she wasn't pulling my leg. The shoe looked good on me. So I got that because of her customer service. She didn't make me feel like I was interrupting her day or anything like that, or feel bad about asking, for service. That's very important, people. Um, and then across the aisle in the same store, I wanted to get a lipstick. And when I walked up to the counter, again, there was one young lady and she was helping someone else. And I'm used to walking up to some counters and waiting and waiting and waiting, for help, for assistance, for someone to say, hey, how can I help you? So I'm looking at what I'm looking at, just checking things out while she's working with the customer. They're wrapping it up. They're getting ready to finish. And, I hear the conversation. I'm not just standing there staring at them. I'm just looking at the items, the lipsticks. And when I hear that transaction end and the customer walk away, I start counting. I'm counting how long it takes for her to acknowledge that I'm standing there and want assistance. So the customer walks away and I go. And I know she has to wrap things up, finish that transaction, the paperwork or whatever. So and I go, 1. I barely got 2. Hey, how are you? How can I help you today? Your eyeshadow looks good. Yeah, so what are we doing today? And then the energy that she had, and she was ready to work with me. And again, I appreciated that. Her name is Alexis, and Alexis works at Macy's at Southland. And so, hey, Alexis, I gave her this channel, so my YouTube information, so maybe she'll say something. The other young lady in the shoe department at Macy's, I don't remember her name, but she's beautiful, beautiful black woman, African American woman, young woman, long braids, and she's just genuine. She's just genuine, and I really appreciate her, and I appreciate Alexis for the customer service that they provide, and I appreciate the crew at the Tim Hortons over on Allen Road near Goddard. That crew, the morning crew especially, is dynamic. They're the best crew, and I'm happy for them. So understanding that customer service, when you are working with the public, you represent the store. You're the face of the store in whatever capacity. And with that, you have to go in. You can't drag your home problems, your personal problems, or anything into that job with you, because the customer has nothing to do with that. Or you don't like the job, or you hate the job, or whatever. When you took it, when you say, I'm here, then all that goes down the drain, goes back in the back burner, and you turn into the store representative helping the customer. Even if you have an issue with a customer here, your next customer, that doesn't carry over to your next customer. You turn that off and you start fresh with your next customer. And that takes practice, but it is definitely necessary. When people come up to you to ask you a question, you should be on the ready to answer. You know, as one store that I go to when I'm doing building building things and that kind of hardware and things like that. The big orange store, and it's never failed that most of the time it's very difficult to get someone to help out. Um, you can stand on the floor and in the aisle. Look, it's like they're trying to avoid you like the plague. They can look at you and tell that you have a question and need help, and nobody is running to your rescue. Well, last week that changed. I was at the big orange store early in the morning to get lumber cut and everything, and it was good service, excellent service, advice, because I was getting one item. I was building my brand new sewing table that I did a video about on So Forth and So On, my sewing channel, So Forth, S-E-W, Forth, and So On, S-E-W, on, So Forth and So On. Check it out if you want to do some sewing tutorials. I teach how to make different things. But I made my own sewing table because I needed a special dimensions, and I did make this ironing board here, which is on a wire cart and rolls around and moves. So I made my ironing board. You see, it's not like a traditional ironing board. And then the table here, my sewing table, to redo my sewing area. And they helped me and gave me advice. Whenever you are working with the public, with people, you treat them as your customer. But I'll take it even a step further. My coworkers are my customers. My students are my customers. My neighbors are my customers. When you learn that everyone is your family in the household, those are your customers, because you provide a service to them. And it's how you provide that service that makes the difference. And some of your most difficult customers can be the ones living right in the same house with you, but you have to put on that good customer service. I have another good customer service story. About 2 years ago, one of my favorite restaurants is BJ's in Taylor on Eureka and Party. I like BJ's. The steak. I like the steak on Sunday. I treat myself there every few months or so. And the only reason I go every few months or so is because I just have to watch, certain things. But I get the steak. I've tried other things on the menu, and I honestly I'm going to stick with the steak. The steak is awesome to me. The steak brings a tear to my eye every time, the first bite. So, BJ's on Eureka and North Line. So, knowing how I feel about BJ's, and there is a Logan, I believe it's a Logan's Roadhouse or something right across the street from there. At any rate, my nephew was coming here, he visiting Detroit, or here from Pennsylvania a year or so ago. And he was going to be here a few days, and so I said, well, I'm going to take you to BJ's. It's the best. It is the best, blah, blah, blah. Now, I always go to BJ's on Sundays around 1 or 2 o'clock, That's had always been my visit. But we decided we were going to meet at BJ's on a Saturday, because that's when he was in town. He's going to go back home on Sunday. So we met up at BJ's. And he was still in Pennsylvania when we were making plans about BJ's. So he's driving here, and we finally get to BJ's. And I tell him, get this, boom, boom, boom. Lo and behold, the meal they brought to us, I was so disappointed. Broke my heart. And I was upset. I didn't clown act the fool or anything, but I was very upset. And so what I did is I mentioned it to the waitress, and she said she went to get the manager, and he came out, and I explained to him, this was the highlight. This man is visiting from out of town, and this was supposed to have been the highlight of his trip. And I said, I'm very embarrassed because I gave this place such a big build up, and I'm so embarrassed um, because this was the best I had to offer him, and this is what it turned out to be, and I'm just hurt and I'm embarrassed by this. I said, I told him, I said, I'm gonna pay for it. I'm not trying to not pay for it, but I want to know, maybe you change chefs or something. You just need to know that this is what's going on here because, and I'm embarrassed, and I was, toe up about that. He said, okay, give me 1 minute, and he came back and he gave me the bill. Now there were three of us: my niece, my nephew, and myself. And so BJ's is not cheap. Anyway, well, for me anyway, I am, a teacher. So he brought the bill back, and I looked at it, and I told my niece and nephew, "Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go." I was like the lady who got such a great deal, that commercial where she got such a great deal. She was, start the car, start the car. I paid the bill. He only charged us for our beverages. All he charged us for our beverages. And I was like, wow, that's good customer service. That is good customer service. And I still go to BJ's. I go back to BJ's because of the customer service. Now, had that not happened the way it did, I'm not sure that I would continue to go to BJ's. I would have went back on a Sunday at my regular time just to see. But customer service goes a long way. And if you feel yourself getting worked up with a customer, then sometimes it's best to step back and let somebody else handle it. But if a customer has not done anything to you and they come up, don't treat them poorly and make them feel like they're bothering you. They're coming there to spend their money. And if they need to ask questions or get some assistance, help them out. That's what the business is about. So great customer service is very important. I'll tell you, a place could be not the best. It could be slipping in some areas. But if the customer service is top notch, I'll keep doing business with them. And then you have some places that they could be the cream of the crop. Everything's great, but they treat you like crap. I'm not going up in there. I'm not going up in there. No matter how great it is, how good it is, if you cannot respect me and treat me properly, I won't be up in there. So that's just something to consider. That is a life skill on the working angle of it. On the working angle. And then I did share a life skill as far as on the receiving end of it as a customer. You don't have to go off on anybody and cussing and going on. You just explain to them and talk to them and have a conversation about it. We need to learn how to have conversations rather than just automatically going off on other people. Just talk about it, okay? So I believe that's all I have for today. Yep, that is it for today. I keep notes now and I check off my notes as I go. Remember to please like my video. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you'll know when I'm uploading a new video. And if there's something in particular you would like me to talk about, put it in the comments and I'll be sure to check it out. Okay? So thank you. Have a great, great rest of your evening.